Welcome, Woven Ones. This is Generations Woven, where the voices of three generations blend into one tapestry of truth, laughter, love, and life. Today, we're going to talk about our bodies. So, our bodies carry stories: shame, confidence, aging, childbirth, illness, expectations. Our bodies are perfectly created in our mother's wombs. But your body is also smart enough to hear what you're telling it, how you treat it, and what you allow others to say about it. So we are tripart beings. We have a body, we have a soul, and we have a spirit. And today we are talking about loving ourselves in spite of how we look, what clothes size we wear, how much we weigh, and how to love ourselves, especially as we are growing older. Specifically, how society influences the thought of growing older, and how healing begins when we reclaim our narrative. So each generation brings a different lens: body image, sexuality, aging, beauty standards, and choosing love over criticism towards ourselves.
Shining like the sun, generations
I have some questions for you two ladies. Have you ever had a situation in your family where somebody would say to you, "You just look like Aunt this," or if you look at yourself, don't you look like Aunt Margie, or this or that? And that comparison of who you look like was formed in your mind as a young child. Do you have any stories like that? Or do you not look like any of your family?
I mean, I always get that I look like my mom.
Yeah.
And as I get older, it's more of a compliment. When I was younger, I was like, my mom's like 40, right? Like, why are you saying I look like my mom? She's old. So I think that's kind of where that you look like someone, but it was more of I'm young and they're older. Why are you saying I look like them?
Right.
But I did just get, and I'll say this really quick. Yesterday, I went out to coffee by myself, so I had the day off, and I finally was feeling better from that dreaded Christmas flu that everybody had been experiencing that I knew, and I just wanted to get out. So somebody walked by me, and I looked up, and we caught eyes, and he goes, "Aaliyah?" And I go, "Did you just call me Aaliyah?" And he looked at me like, "Oh my gosh, I did." And I was like, "No, did you call me Aaliyah? Because that's my daughter." And he goes, "I did." He goes, "You look just like her." And I was like, that is the best compliment I received all day yesterday. I loved it. But yes, and I see now from that perspective, I called my daughter immediately and she was like loving it too. But it's just that opposite way, right? Because I'm like, oh, well, now I feel very young versus you look like your Aunt Marge, and Aunt Marge is, 30 years older than you. And you're like, thanks. So I've experienced that.
Yeah. How about you, Judy? Did you look like your mom or your dad?
I think a little of both.
A little bit of both.
But my girls tend to look a lot like me, I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
And I always go, don't tell them that.
But it's not a bad thing.
They want to hear.
Aw.
I'm 75 and they're in their 40s and just turned 50. You know what I mean?
I've seen pictures of her daughters. They're gorgeous, like their mother.
Yeah.
Like if you were doggone ugly, then they would not look like that. I can tell you that.
Oh, thank you. But, you know,
we're so hard
I know
on
what you
ourselves.
meant.
We're so hard on ourselves.
You said that you look like your mother when she was in her 40s. It's like, yeah.
Can you think of a time in your lives where you really liked yourself, your body? Was there an age where, like, if you think about that now, go, oh, yeah, 28. That was a good time. That was a good year. For me, it was 28. I was just skinny. I liked myself. Was there an age that you really like yourself?
No.
Never. Never.
I mean, I would say
no can be a complete statement, right?
I would say I'm I'm pretty happy right now. It's one of those things I had to get honest with myself, and I had to choose my heart. And
Oh,
what I've noticed is when my physical health and, well, I guess they go hand in hand. My mental health and my physical health go pretty hand in hand together.
okay.
When I'm feeling physically well, I mentally can take on so much more. And I think for me, I've found, I won't call it diet like dieting, but I would be like in the diet I have. So in what I eat
Okay.
also helps me to feel better. When I'm putting down my fudge bars,
Not 2 at a time.
I'm not supposed to do 2 at a time, but they are only 100 calories a piece. But that justification there, right? But when I'm eating better and not having the things that make me feel more tired, it all kind of balances out for me. So I would say like it's hard to do, but I've chosen my hard lately, and I feel good. I won't say that maybe this is the best. I can look back at photos when I was younger and I had that youthful skin and I was skinny. But I think there comes a different grace in getting older and carrying yourself a little different.
That's true. And you just wait till you get to our age, then.
So as graceful as you ladies, I'm going to be so thankful.
I have to say 75,
It's the
I'm at my
bomb.
best.
I love that.
Now, I know I'm not a fashion model, but it doesn't matter. And I remember all my life competing with what was supposed to be the in thing, the latest fashion, how you're supposed to look. And it's like I never sized up to what was the thing to be. But as I've aged, and I know I put on some weight, and I said to one of my grandchildren one time, I said, "Yeah, Grandma's getting a little fat on her." "No, you're not fat, Mima. You're fluffy." And I thought, perfect. I'm
Love 'em.
fluffy. Yeah.
Love them.
But everything, as you get older, you are more accepting of who you are. And I love the peace that I have in my life. That's something that how your body looks has nothing to do with. And I'm going to just go ahead and say it, girls, so you might have to edit this, but I used to be a 38C. Now I'm a 38 long. As you get older, you settle. I was 5'8". Now I'm 5'6". I'm just saying there's some subtle changes that happen as you age. So laugh with it. Enjoy life. Have fun with life. It's like you're not going to change it. Aging has an effect on the body.
It does.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I do. It's not the same routine that maybe I could have done when I was 25 that you do at 35 that you do at 45, right? Our bodies are different. And like I said, like for me, it's just always like just doing a little something for my body. And I think that's something that, we can carry through any age, a little bit of a walk, a little bit of, taking care of ourselves, because we want these bodies to last
Right.
as long as our minds do. And that's what's important too, is, kind of making sure that your body can last as long as your mind.
So you've answered a lot of the questions I wanted to ask, but I think all three of us have daughters, and they watch. They watch to see how do we treat ourselves, how do we speak about ourselves and our bodies. If you could change one thing about how you raised your daughters, or even the messages that you gave them, would you change something? Would you love yourself more?
I think I probably did okay with them, because my daughters and my daughter-in-laws are all beautiful human beings. They take good care of themselves. They're beautiful inside and out. How can you improve on that?
Yeah. No.
I'm just so happy and pleased to be a mom to my daughters and my special daughters that my boys have chosen. But, um, I'm very blessed. And I think when you can have girls that take good care of themselves, I don't know what I did wrong or right, but I'm glad whatever I did turned out the way it did.
And I think you said it when you said they're beautiful inside and outside. You're not saying, oh, she's a size 4, she's a 7. It's not that measurement. It's who you are living inside this body. And for our younger viewers that are struggling with social media and the perfect body, that's hard. Because if you're not built like that, the price you will pay to go look like that, I think is astronomical. And I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't. I think if you can truly say, when I have a butt like the Kardashians, then I'll be happy. I want to challenge that because I don't think you would. So, Tasha, what about you?
I mean, I don't think there's anything I would change. I don't ever recall talking about weight or, focusing on, don't eat that or don't eat too much or anything along those lines. It's just not something that's been a part of kind of our household. And I've definitely struggled, gone up and down at times, but I don't ever recall making it like a center focus, like, oh, I can't eat that, I'm dieting. It was more like a me thing, something I kind of dealt with internally. And, same, like my daughter's gorgeous inside and out. And I don't think that I've really laid any, I mean, I've done plenty of damage in other ways, I'm sure, but not when it comes to this one. Yeah. What about you? What things have you looked back and learned, or what have you overcome?
Yeah. Well, my dad really wanted boys. And I think he told us that. And later in life, when I was smart enough, I was able to tell him, no, you wanted 3 very powerful girls because that's what you got. And, but the residual value from that made me think that I should have been a boy. There's no way. It didn't happen like that. But I would say that part of that definitely had something to do why I had bulimia for a long, long time. And I feel that's why 60 is just awesome. I don't even know what it's like at 75, but there comes a time where you learn how to love yourself, where you can actually look in the mirror and go, this is what I got. And if I feel uncomfortable, then eat a little bit less tomorrow. But it's not that, in perpetuity, I'm on a diet, because people like that are just they're not fun to be around.
Overrated.
Absolutely.
No, there is that, accepting yourself.
Yeah.
And finding peace and kind of where you are and knowing that we are all made very uniquely.
Yes.
It's that trying to fit into something that just isn't for you it's just going to bring you stress. So kind of letting that go.
I think we spent more time focusing on the quality of what we're putting into our bodies instead of spending time looking at the scales. I think it's really, really important. The older you get, the more nutritionally sound your diet needs to be.
I agree.
And a certain amount of exercise for anyone, and the older we get. I'm not able to do what I used to do, but I try and do some every day.
Yeah, you've got that gazelle down there.
I know.
The ab lounger.
The ab lounger. Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Get my 6-pack going. Oh, it's more like a keg, but
But you're right. The what we put into our body, there is a lot of truth to that. Because there's a lot of things. I just sent a post to someone. There was shredded cheese recalled.
Yes.
From all kinds of grocery stores.
Saw that.
And my response was, this is why I shred my own locally
Grown.
grown cheese. I go, I shred it myself and I don't have to worry about this package. So it's like those little wins.
Yeah.
I took that as a win. I'm like, I don't have to worry about shredded cheese in my fridge. But it's knowing, kind of learning, what you're actually eating.
Right.
And you actually feel better with the good food too.
Right.
It's all about how you want to show up every day and how you want to feel.
Let me ask you, does either one of you own a scale?
Mm-hmm.
Do you use that?
Every day.
You do? How about you?
Oh, maybe once every week or two. I mean, I can tell
On
just
your
from my clothes.
Yes.
I'm up a
Yeah.
pound or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I've been the same weight for many years.
Right.
I'll go up, down, up,
Right.
but not big.
Much. Yeah, by much.
Yeah, no, mine's a morning routine.
I mean, I'm still losing my baby weight from when I had the kids.
That can take a long time.
It can take a long time.
It does. And it's okay. You
It is
look
okay.
great, Judy.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have one.
So
Don't.
for you, not to like dig into that, but bulimia, that's a very, that's scary, right? And I know it's something that I'm sure you dealt with over a long time, or was it a short time? Is it, what more do you want to tell us about that, just to help us understand? Because I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was a season. I think like any eating disorder, it's a matter of control. Like you feel like you don't have control over other areas, and that one you can control.
There's a lot of people that do suffer with that
Yes,
that we don't know.
right.
Yeah. Well,
right.
and like you said, it's control. It's an eating disorder. It's similar to eating too much,
Yeah,
eating not enough. There's all kinds of
Anorexia.
ways in which
Yeah.
as women, we struggle with weight and how it shows up for
Right.
each person.
right.
And it's kind of like not a silent, it's kind of hidden, right? Because
It is hidden.
people don't talk about it. We don't know who's struggling with those things. But what is something you would say to yourself when you were struggling with that? What would you say to her now that you've overcome this and have found, some peace?
I got some really good advice from somebody that said, you don't love yourself. That's why you're doing this. You love an image of yourself that is unattainable or attainable, whatever. But why? Why do you do that? And this person is wise enough, and I go to her for wise counsel. And she said, find an inspirational verse and put it on your mirror and go stand in that mirror and then read it out loud. That was hard. That was really hard. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to do today.
What did you put in the?
The verse, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Because I used to put, I would have emotion,
Yeah.
and I would put a little sign in the mirror in the bathroom. You are so beautiful.
Yes.
Those affirmations.
Affirmations, right.
And it's like I'd look in the mirror and go,
Right.
oh, maybe.
Yeah. Do it. Just I'm telling you, everything I say is like, just be delusional about it. Tell yourself how gorgeous you are. Say how good you look. Like, just talk to ourselves the way, like, talk to yourself like you love yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really does wonders to make you just feel better in general. So,
And I think at the end of the day, that's because we hold somebody else's opinion about ourselves higher than our own.
oh, that's good.
And I don't know why, because I'm living with this person every day of my life. So
Yes.
why would I hold somebody else's belief about me higher than what I think about myself? But that is something you learn, you go through. And I know now I can speak to younger women and say to them, you are fiercely and wonderfully made. There's one like you. My dad always used to say, each one of us have our own unique fingerprints. And if that's not enough, these two are not even the same. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
If there's one like you, Nobody else, just one Tasha, just one Judy, just one Narina. So maybe that's a good
Yes.
thing.
Could you imagine 3 more of us?
No.
No.
That's amazing.
So, in closing today, I would like for you that are struggling, that are not loving yourself, to take a moment today and do this. I would like for you to go and stand in front of a mirror, just in silence. And then just pay attention to all these voices that are coming up, all these acquisitions, all these things that people used to say, all the noise. And then just for a moment, just bask in that silence. And look at yourself like you look at your best girlfriend who you just love, who you will never tell, hey, you need to lose 5 pounds. You'll never do that. So look at yourself like that. And then I want you to cross your arms, and give yourself this big hug. And then say this. All right, so would your girls like to join me?
Yes.
So give yourself a big hug. And then I would like for you to say, this is my body. She has always been there for me. She's always been on my side, cheering me on. Today, I release you of any unkind things that I have said or allowed others to say about me. You carried me through deep valleys and mountaintops. I am thankful for you. Then say your name. Narina, you are a warrior princess, uniquely made for such a time like this. You are imperfectly perfect, and you are loved. So until next time, God bless.